actually plugged in a new audience for the data as a service. So there's like 40,000 people that are in the audience, but it's all lookalike based. And I did an experiment. I upped my budget to 40. Originally it was $100 a day, but I was putting the cost per conversion at $3. So it takes like 5 days for the data to come back, but I got 5 purchases off of this, $132. And obviously it doesn't bid everything every day, but when it is a cheap day to bid, it does get you a lot of conversions. And then obviously it's factor that in with using the same audience to just target in India. Within India, I'm getting 34 cents per person who enters a credit card in. I'm only spending $2 a day. So the foreign market thing is very important because it lowers your costs significantly in the US market.
Yeah. When I'm ready to do that, I just want to duplicate what you're doing. That's great.
The biggest thing is you have to figure out how to do the conversions correctly. Like I only started getting this to work to the degree that I have because I did it myself. I didn't trust anyone else to do it because no one can. And I went to the extent to learn how to do events because when you create your own events, Google removed the retargeting feature in a lot of ways. They didn't remove it. They just made it where you had to build your own features to do retargeting. You know what I mean? Like originally they may have given you this. I decided to build this out, and by build it out, all it is okay, if an event says sign up and Google shows you all this and they're on the checkout page, well, they signed up on the checkout page, they put a card in. So another one that I've been using specifically is people who reach the dashboard, because if you reach the dashboard, that means you made an account. You may not have put a credit card in, but you see 1,561 people made it to the dashboard. And out of that, 598 put a credit card in. And then if I go a step further, we have white label reach. So they put a credit card in and they're going to the white label being their own white label, which indicates they're a more dedicated user. And you have to have each of these audiences have 1,000 people. This one only has 286. I couldn't even retarget to this yet on Google. So that's why I do India marketing or even Bangladesh, because if they make it to the dashboard, they put a card in, the type of person who's in a data business is the same type of American who's in a business, except they're in different countries. So that's the reason why I do the inexpensive targeting, just because it works. It gets the cost, and whenever Google would tell you have to spend more money, I thought they were just, crappy people. But really, once you get the audiences to the amount you need to, then it just becomes automated. So if you're going to do this on your Advocate Data white label, that's easy to help you set up because it's all the same, right? It's the same exact fields. But if you're using your own website or you're using a roofer's website, that's a task that you're gonna have to figure out, because you have to do the same thing that I did for your website too, the Advocate Data white label. Or if you want to see if people are looking for business leads, homeowner leads, because just creating segments, like if you're searching the homeowner database section, more likely than not, I should be targeting solar to you and retargeting. And it also creates the audiences for the lookalike.
And that's strictly from that video you created, right? Of you just training us. Is that right?
So it's a lot of videos. And what I have been doing every week is I've been making an additional ad, not like an additional ad, like a whole new campaign, but for the retargeting one specifically, I'll just throw a lot of info like this one right here, not optimized. But in the last 12 days, I've shown the ad to each person 7 times. So this type of video, this type of ad, I have 3 sets of videos, right? So the 3 sets of videos, there's 15 different videos, right? And I haven't actually gone to the extent of reviewing the results, if I'm being honest. So let's go take a look for the first time ever live. So I'll look for the last 42 days and let's go open this up. So there are some videos that are between 15 seconds, and I actually added a video yesterday that is 39 minutes. More so as experiments. So I don't look at the cost more so. I'll look at the conversions. And obviously, if you have the conversions set up right, it works better. If you don't, it's harder. But these are 2 videos of webinars. So to answer your question, in this instance, in this current period of time, we do it by database. So monthly, you get to provide us a set of keywords to make a database. And if you stay subscribed to that, so it's not an advertisement in the slightest. It's just a conversation. It's like it's just like those crappy ads that come on at 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. on a Sunday because there's no time for TV. No one's paying for the commercial. And I only advertise at nighttime, the retargeting for the most part, because when you're on YouTube listening to music or listening to some type of philosophical thing, with your eyes closed and you hear me talk about data before you fall asleep, it's the same thing your teachers would say when you would study, right? It sinks in when you sleep on it. And, and I just retarget directly 22,000 people who ever made it to data with that method, because as time goes on, especially if you're doing roofing and you're local in the community, if you keep seeing ads, you're going to have a neighbor at bingo one day say, hey, my roof's leaking. And, I know the word of mouth is very important. And that's where we see us growing substantially, is because we're getting messaging to a very tight community that has shown interest. And one thing that I would say right now, get a ridiculous logo. Like, some guy made a roofing squirrel business, and now whenever he's doing better, because when you call somebody you can remind them about the logo, which is the squirrel, they know you're not they will remember potentially more likely than not speaking with you. Like, I heard this a while back where they would ask on the lead gen form, what is your favorite color? Because they would ask you on the phone, be like, see, how would I know your favorite color if you didn't submit a lead that told me your favorite color? And that's kind of where this whole idea came from of, I think we can do some brand awareness and repetition with it. Like, even this video, I have my little tiny avocado hiding behind, can't see it right now, but just get the branding everywhere, and it works. We all do boring stuff. None of us are rocket companies, right? That blow up and explode and catch themselves. But we have to become interesting. And this is a complicated subject, data. Like, this is overwhelming for a lot of people, as you know.
Well, that's what's beautiful about this. I'll be honest. Your videos, you don't need a videographer to come and film you. I've been in marketing. Yours are just straight how to, here's how it's going to help. And that's what people are watching. So it's so simple and scalable and duplicatable. I love it. So if anybody is just watching this for the first time or meeting Brian for the first time, I've been in many rooms. Nobody shows the real value or real results. This is really wild. So people are taking notice of this.
This is, again, and I'll just jump in here. This is where I keep reiterating. I don't think people understand how genuinely how much Brian cares about this stuff, and this ecosystem and this platform that he built is proper empowerment. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, he does not survive if you guys don't do very well with this platform.